This is a book called Tubby and the Poo-Bah by Perkins. The pictures are by Rowland B Wilson, and this is a publication by Collins and Harville, Random House. Me was fishing for food or fish. Tubby, his very small elephant, was fishing for food or fish too. Tubby wanted to be in the boat with me. The boat was too small. Tubby, said me, you cannot fish with me. Elephants are too big for boats. Tubby looked at all the boats in the river. They were all too small for a boy and an elephant. Then Tubby saw a new boat. It was the most splendiferous boat Tubby had ever seen. He watched the men go ashore. Then he got an idea. Tubby got into the boat. It did not tip over. This boat is big enough for an elephant, said Tubby. I will take it to me. Tubby untied the rope. The splendiferous boat started down the river. Only one man saw it go. Stop, thief, he yelled. But Tubby did not hear him. Me saw the big boat coming down the river. That is the great Poo-Bah's boat, said me. What is Tubby doing in it? Crash! The big boat ran into me's little boat. Tubby, cried me, what are you doing? This boat belongs to the great Poo-Bah. We must take it back to him, fast. But the water was rough. The wind was strong. They could not turn the boat around. The big boat raced under a bridge. The mast broke. They lost their oars. The big boat raced between high rocks. Tubby and me were scared. They held on. They raced on and on. Things were getting worse every minute. The great Poo-Bah's boat went over the waterfall. Me and Tubby went up in the air. Tubby, cried me. Tubby, help, save me. Me was going over. Tubby reached out as far as he could. Me reached up as far as he could. And just in time, me caught hold of Tubby's trunk. Thank you, Tubby, said me. You saved me. But look at the great Poo-Bah's splendiferous boat. And then suddenly 4 men were after them. Get that boy, they yelled. That's the boy who stole the Poo-Bah's boat. They took me back to the palace of the Poo-Bah. Tubby followed them, but there was nothing he could do. The men took me right to the great Poo-Bah. So you stole my splendiferous boat, roared the Poo-Bah. So you wrecked my splendiferous boat, roared the Poo-Bah. You are going to be punished. Take him away. Lock him up. They took me to the Dark Tower jail. They chained him to the wall of the Dark Tower jail. Tubby could see me through the window. There was no way to get up there and help him. There was only one thing the small elephant could do. Tubby had to find the Poo-Bah and tell him the truth. He had to tell the Poo-Bah that he stole the boat. I have to tell the Poo-Bah that I am the thief, thought Tubby. But how can I tell him? I'm only an elephant. I can't speak a word. I can't tell him, thought Tubby. I'll have to show him that I am a thief. He reached for the great ruby on the Pooh-Bah's hat. He took it. He ran. Grab that thief, shouted the Pooh-Bah. Nab that thief. They chased the small elephant all around the palace. Then they lost him. They couldn't find Tubby anywhere. So they went back to the throne room. They found Tubby on the throne. I've seen him before, shouted a guard. He's the one who stole your boat. But look, said the Pooh-Bah. He is trying to tell me something. This little elephant is trying to say he is very, very sorry. I am sorry too, said the Pooh-Bah to Ami. I'm sorry I locked you in the Dark Tower jail. He let them both go. Ami was sorry too. He had no boat to fish in. For many, many days, everyone was sorry. Then, one day, Ami looked up. He saw the great Pooh-Bah. He was coming down the river in a splendiferous new boat. The great Pooh-Bah said nothing, but behind his splendiferous big boat was a splendiferous little boat. It was just the right size for a boy and his small elephant. It was just the right size for catching food or fish together. The end.